What's up guys, welcome back to Fancy Goldfish Fanatics. Today we're going to be repairing the aquarium stand on the monster fish tank, so make sure you stay tuned to find out more. Hey Fanatics family, welcome back. As always, check out those links in the description and make sure you follow us on Instagram for early updates before the videos are released onto YouTube. As I said, today we're going to be repairing that monster fish tank stand as I had a little bit of water damage, and rather than buy a whole new stand or build a whole new stand, I want to repair it and see if we can make this stand fully functioning again. Although I believe the stand will be absolutely fine as it is, I want to give it a bit more reinforcement, make sure it's going to be absolutely sturdy for that new tank, because that tank weighs absolutely loads. I think the tank itself weighs around 200 kilos, and then the water within it's going to be around 700 kilos. It's going to have 50 kilos of substrate, some wood, rocks, and hopefully some plants as well. So it's going to weigh probably around a ton in total, maybe even more, maybe even 1.1 or even 1.2 tons. So that stand has got to be absolutely solid and make sure it can take that weight. So I'm going to put the footage up on the screen now, talk you through how I did it. Quite a simple repair really, not a very beautiful repair I have to say, but it's all going to be hidden so you won't see it. Stick around to find out how I did it. So first up, I just thought I'd show you guys the stand. You've probably already seen this. It's just a white stand that's built out of MDF board, and it's a pretty solid stand, but unfortunately it has had a little bit of water damage to it. Got quite a lot of storage space, which is going to be really good and really handy. On the left hand side we start to see that little bit of water damage. The majority of it is towards the back, but as you can see here, I've actually just repaired this trim. So I just used some wood glue to repair that trim, and then you can see the wood is blistering a little bit, and the majority of that water I think has been on that back side. But the stand is completely dried out now, and so it's time to give it a repair. You could buy a brand new stand, but I want to try and repair this one as it will make my life a lot easier if we can repair it. So that's what this video is for. So first up, we've got some pieces of wood. This is just 3x2 bits of lumber. This is untreated, basically 3x2s. That's all they are. Really simple, nothing more to say about those. And then I just measured them all up to the inside dimensions of the stand, and then it was time to get cutting. So we just used a circular saw so we could cut them all to exactly the same size, so they would fit snugly into the stand and create a really good support for that top base. Now obviously the majority of the weight is on those central supports, and the tank is supported throughout the entire stand. So really we are going way overkill with these supports, but I thought it was just better to have it done correctly and with extra support rather than erring on the side of caution. So we just cut these 3x2s, we cut 4 of them down, and then we had some little spare bits left over, so we just cut those down as well, getting rid of those end bits so they fit nice and snugly within the stand. We were having a little bit of trouble with the circular saw because these pieces of wood were quite thick. It was struggling to get all the way through, but we managed to get them cut in the end, and then made sure each surface was flat. And then you can see here I've just lined up the supports, so we've got them going from the middle all the way to the back, and then one near that central support of the tank. And these fit really nicely, nice and smooth and flat on the top and bottom, so the weight can be evenly distributed. And here's a back shot as well of that stand. You can see those supports have been turned around to really give it some good support there, and you can see that board has actually kicked up from where the water damage is. Next up, so I was using some decking screws. I believe these were 10 to 12 centimeter decking screws, so they were really big and really strong. Now I pre-drilled some pilot holes so that screws would sit nice and flush with the stand, slightly underneath it, so they wouldn't cause any problems to the tank glass itself. And then I also use some wood glue just to fill in those little gaps and make sure that wood glue could just soak in and seep into the wood and just give it a little bit more strength, really. I didn't buy the wood glue specifically for this build, I just had it lying around, so I thought I'd just use it really. And now we can see I've also drilled 4 holes in the side of the stand. Quite ugly, but this side's actually going to be against the wall, and the ones on top, you can see I've put those screws in, and it is really solid. It's all pulled it right in together. It's not the neatest job, but it's going to do the job perfectly and really get lots of support on that side of the stand. So that's it for this video. Hopefully you found it a little bit interesting. Maybe if you've got a bit of DIY work to do yourself, or maybe sort of restructuring an aquarium stand, or even adding a few more supports to make it really nice and sturdy. So hopefully that's helped you. And as always with the DIY series, the DIY builds and projects, they're all on the DIY playlist. So you can have a little look through that playlist on the channel and see if there's any other DIY projects that you may be interested in, and see if I've actually covered those videos on there. So that's it for this video. Hopefully the house move is coming very soon. It's getting really close now, and I can't wait till we finally get to move in, set up the new tanks and get started with our new projects. So thank you all for watching. Remember to keep those water changes up, and happy fish keeping.